There it is, the latest issue of Wedding Bells magazine, the authority on all things weddings for any bride to be. And joining us is the magazine's editor-in-chief, Allison McGill. And brides, I'm sure, busily, I know a lot of brides actually who are planning for their weddings right now, and you want to do it up right, and
you do. This is
a special day of
this
the
is
year,
kind
of your life.
We call this wedding season at Wedding Bells because this is when all the planning happens. Everybody gets engaged over the holidays, Valentine's Day, lots of wedding shows, lots of planning to get those summer and autumn weddings in.
So it's actually, yeah, like you said, now, because of course spring and summer is when you just put the plan into action. You got to do all the details now.
Absolutely, and us living in Canada and weather being what it is, I mean, if you want to get in on that peak time of year that you want to get married, you've got to book early.
Yeah,
so get planning.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, now the first thing that a lot of brides will do as soon as they get engaged is start the dress shopping, even before they get engaged.
I was going to say, even before that,
exactly.
that happens.
When they're little girls, even.
That's right. Well, there's some really fun things happening with wedding dresses. I mean, when Kate Middleton got married, she really did change the face of wedding dresses. She brought the sleeve in, and since the royal wedding, we've seen a dramatic shift in silhouettes and colors and fabrics and textures for wedding dresses. So the first thing we're going to talk about is pink wedding dresses.
Right, and is that a Jessica Biel? Was it Jessica Biel who wore pink as well?
Jessica Biel wore pink, Kaylee Cucurro wore pink, Gwen Stefani wore pink quite some years ago.
That's right, yeah.
And actually her dress is going to be on display in London at the Victoria and Albert. They're having a wedding dress requisition. And yeah, they're going to do some
like an
dresses
exhibit? Oh,
yes.
Beautiful. These are gorgeous, the ones you've sent us, these pictures.
Yeah, so Vera Wang did a really amazing collection of pink dresses. All these dresses come in white, but she showed it all in pink. And we're talking tones from peony to carnation to blush. And it's a color that is not for everybody, but if you want to make a statement and you want to have something a little bit different, pink is the way to go.
This one is bright.
It is bright.
I love it, though. They're so beautiful.
Yeah, it looks amazing on all different skin tones. And again, making a statement.
White doesn't always look good on all skin tones, right? So if you get a little color in there, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so besides the color, the shape of the dresses as well. These ones have very big gowns that you're showing us right now.
We've seen a shift in the shape of the gown. It's called sort of a fit and flare. We call it controlled volume. So for so many years, the ball gowns came out from the waist with a corseted bodice. Now we're seeing everything fit tight, 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 almost to the knee, and then it comes out in a very controlled fashion. You can still have volume, but it's at the bottom. So it hugs the body a little more. It gives you a more flattering silhouette, and it's very modern.
It's got a little mermaidish look to it.
It does.
Except with the bigger bottom.
It does. And that can be it can look bigger than it is.
Okay, it's beautiful. All right, the next trend for 2014 would be desserts. I remember the cupcake phase, and there was a macaron phase, and now we're into eclairs. We have some on the table here.
We have some great eclairs that are from a local bakery, Cadeau, and they are kind of a retro throwback item. And they're kind of the new macaron. That's what we're saying. These look amazing on sweet tables. The little guys on top here are bite size, and who doesn't love that? It's completely sin-free, right? No calories in that. And they're just amazing to tie into your color scheme, to your theme, to have fun with flavors.
So would you do that in place of a wedding cake, or is that just sort of an addition?
It's an addition. I mean, the sweet tables become something that every wedding has. So these are amazing new little things to put on your sweet table in place of or including with macarons. And we've even seen eclairs decorated with mini macarons.
Oh, really? Okay, so they're not quite on the way out yet.
No, they're not.
Around.
But this is just something fresh.
Okay, and it's not just the traditional, because these ones are small, and you and I were talking during the break about the big eclairs, but the different flavors for the fillings as well.
There's all kinds of flavors, raspberries, pistachios, just like cake flavors have become very gourmet and different. We're seeing that with eclairs as well. Okay, now we have some beautiful flowers here as well. Are these bouquets for for bridesmaids and for brides? Yes, and we're showcasing here the big story for 2014 is the Pantone Color of the Year, which is Radiant Orchid. So this bouquet here with the orchids in it, it's got a bit of a cascade, which is an interesting silhouette. May I hold it up? Yes, you may, absolutely. It is really showcasing this color. So it's sort of that purpley pink, really adds a pop of color. I do. And these other bouquets, these are from flowers, all the flowers here today, and they're sort of these softer pinky tones, but it's a color that, looks great on a lot of people. You can use it for your flowers, your wedding accessories, love shoes in this color, makeup, any type of jewelry for the bride, bridesmaids. So it's a really great color that's fresh and new. I mean, last year it was emerald, so this year we've kind of swung to a more feminine shade, I think, with this Radiant Orchid. It's a very romantic one. Absolutely. So one thing that I found when I was doing my own wedding planning is I really loved, I think, peonies at the time, but they were not in season. So I think that's something that maybe brides need to consider. Or can you
ask a florist, like, is there a way to source flowers that may not?
Absolutely. Sky's the limit when it comes to flowers. You just have to be prepared that if you're picking a flower that's not in season, peonies is a great one because the window is so limited that you're going to have to budget for that because it's going to cost them to bring the peonies in.
It all costs something, right?
It does.
But it's the biggest day of your life, so thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.